On the watch line is the defensive end for the Tennessee Volunteers. He is Ben Martin.
I previously wrote an article
no problem.
on what an inspiration Tony Rack was when he played for Moeller High School.
The tail end of that Coach for Casa interview. Boy, he's a classic, isn't he?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a great guy to be coached by. Seemed like a great man.
All right, you. Now, first of all, your brother's listening. Am I accurate in saying that?
My brother's what?
Is your brother listening to the broadcast right now?
Yeah, he's listening.
Are you a little nervous?
Nah, not at all. He heard me talk before.
Oh, Ben, you're a 2007 graduate. I told you off of the air that you're one of the most sought after LaSalle answers to be interviewed, and we got you finally on the line. And I got to ask you first: take people that might not be familiar, that have not followed LaSalle football, maybe when you were there under Coach Grippa, kind of where you went after you left LaSalle.
Well, after I left LaSalle, I came to the University of Tennessee, and I've had the pleasure of playing for 3 head coaches and having 2 major surgeries. But it's been a bumpy ride, but one I wouldn't trade in for anything.
Now, you say 2 major surgeries. For those that might not be aware, you're a redshirt senior volunteer, and you've had something that I don't think a lot of people would look forward to have happening in their lifetime, let alone in one calendar year, and that's you ruptured both your Achilles on both legs, all in about the span of 7 months. You did it in November of 2010, and then you did it again in February of this year, right?
Well, yeah, it was August of 2010 and February of this year, but yeah, it was definitely an experience to go through that.
Talk about the adversity and the psychological impact that has on an athlete. You get all built up. You spent all summer 2010 getting ready for, your football season, the 2010 football season. The SEC, for my money, the best conference in college football. Now, I'm sure the phones are going to light up now, but for my money, the Big Ten can take a seat because it's all the SEC is top to bottom the best league in the country. So you get set all throughout the summer of 2010, and then in August you have that injury. Psychologically, how did you handle that?
Psychologically, it was devastating, and to get through it, I just prayed a lot. And after it happened, I really didn't know what to expect from it, like the rehab or anything like that. I didn't know how serious it was at the time, like when it happened. And they told me that I would be missing the season, and that was a devastating blow to hear that. Especially a senior year when you've been working so hard all summer to get back and get back into the groove of things and get ready for the SEC and everything your last year. It was tough mentally dealing with that, but I just prayed and God helped me get through it.
I know Jamie has some questions for you in a minute here, and also I want to encourage people to call in and talk to Ben, perhaps give him some words of encouragement, or maybe you have a question for Ben. 818-301-5821. That's 818-301-5821, and I'm sure Ben would be happy to take some calls. But, Ben, take us back to the beginning of this 2011 campaign for the Volunteers. You guys opened up against Montana at home, and then you played your buddy J.K. Schaefer down in Knoxville and Cincinnati Bearcats on September 10th. What was it like to finally get on that field after suffering those 2 injuries against Montana?
It was a great feeling to get back out there, running through our little power tee, and just to get in front of our home fans and just to play that game. It felt really special for me, knowing all I've been through, just being out there with those guys and putting all the work throughout the summer with them. It just felt great getting out there, but playing ball with them. Jamie, go ahead.
Yeah, Ben, take me through the experience of walking out of a game day at Tennessee, walking out on the field in front of 110,000. I don't know how. That's a huge stadium. Absolutely enormous, beautiful stadium, and they've got their Riverside tailgate and all that. Take us through the game day experience that you go through down there.
Well, the first thing we do, when we leave the hotel, we get on buses, then we head down to the stadium, and we actually walk to the stadium. And we on the walk we do is called the Vol Walk, where we see all of our fans and high five them, and they give us encouragement for the game. Then from there, it's pretty much time to lock in when you get to the stadium. And we all go out for warm-ups, and then when you come back in, Coach gives us a speech. We go through our game maxims. Then we go wait in the tunnel, and the band's on the field, and the crowd's about to erupt, and you just get to look up to see we had 102,000 at our last game against Georgia. and the T parts, and then we all get just run through it, and it's just a bunch of emotions. The crowd erupts, and it's a great feeling running through that.
What was it like? Head coach Derek Doley now is the 22nd football coach at Tennessee. He was the head coach for 3 years at Louisiana Tech. What was that like going through multiple head coaches, and what kind of an impact did that have on the Volunteers this year?
Going through multiple head coaches. I think each coach is unique in their own way. Obviously, Coach Foreman was a lot more old school. Then we had Coach Kitchen was a real new school kind of guy, and I think Coach Dooley's kind of a mix, a balance between the two of those guys. Definitely an experience going through 3 head coaches, but it's just something you just learn to deal with and you just take on each day.
I got one other question for you. Is you guys are going to actually be playing against Vanderbilt down at home. Now, I got to think that you probably lose sleep at night wishing that WLSN Radio would do a feature story on Ben Martin on the sideline. Jamie and I have talked before we went on the air tonight. We are willing to offer our services to cover Ben Martin, number 99, the DN for the Tennessee Volunteers, the last home game of the year. We're there to do that for you if you so want to pursue it.
That sounds like a great thing. I don't really know how to take that, but it's an honor.
Well, we're going to need 2 ducats, so if you can kind of work that out, just kind of a little side thing, if you can get us 2 tickets to that too. But and one other question that Lancer Nation wants to know about, because we're going to be following you all year long, and hopefully we can talk to you throughout the rest of the football season. Everybody wants to hear Ben Martin sing Rocky Top.
Not going to happen.
You want to think?
Not going to.
You want to think about it first, or you just coming right out and saying no?
It's not going to happen.
You had to know I was going to throw that question to you. You know it?
Yeah, I knew it was going to come, but that's not happening. Come to the game, maybe you get a glimpse of me singing it on the sideline, but that's about it.
Well, Ben, we're waiting for Coach Russo to call in here, and Jamie and him are going to go one-on-one talking cross-country. But give me one memory of LaSalle that sticks out in your mind. Maybe it's a funny memory of LaSalle. What's one of the memories that you treasure or carry the most with you?
Oh, man. You told me to think about it, and I thought about it, but it's just too many things that come to mind right now. But I think my best memory from LaSalle was probably playing in a football game next to J.K. Schaefer, and we're playing St. Xavier. And we're running to the ball, and at the same time, and then, like, a second later, I just see some feet go past my face, and I just see him on his back. And then I see him pop up, like he seriously hit the ground like a basketball, pop right back up, and was talking trash to the O-lineman who knocked him on his butt. But that was like the greatest memory I have from the side right there.
You know, we talked before we went on the air tonight. Poor J.K. Schaefer. I mean, the guy gets picked on by Julian Posey, DeVere Posey, and now Ben Martin, and he's not even here to defend him. Not even here to defend himself. What was that like when you played him? Did you guys talk a little? I mean, you guys are obviously not going, mano-a-mano out there, but you guys get a little yapping back and forth down there in Knoxville when the Bearcats came rolling in?
The only thing that happened between us before the game was one day he tweeted that he learned how to do a backflip, and I tweeted back at him, and he said something to the effect of, well, you won't be laughing when I'm down there doing backflips on good old Rocky Top or something like that. So after the game, I had to ask him, so what about those backflips?
Awesome. That's great. I love hearing the old stories and the guys going back and forth. That's a lot of fun, and I think what makes LaSalle so special are those friendships that go well beyond the classrooms at 3091 North Bend Road. Ben, thanks so much for joining us, and please don't be a stranger. Hopefully I'll harass you and email you and text you and say, hey, we need you on here again throughout the football season.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.